Welcome back. Those who are new to this channel, just a reminder, videos with the heading Bernard Smith. This is part of the Church of Blow rewatch series. I'm just watching old episodes of Church of Blow, the series that I did with Ishmael Lasting, and sorry I do not have the technology to do a picture within picture, play by play. So I am just watching them. It's very haphazard. I don't even really try to. I don't do a countdown or anything. So some people find that irritating. I don't know. I don't expect to do a lot of me reacting to things, but like I've seen a bunch of them, and it seems like most people just film the reactions again to avoid the copyright issue. And I know, as weird as this sounds, all these uploads that I'm watching, because they've been uploaded to Weeping Prophet, and because Weeping Prophet has content ID, even though these are my videos, if I were to upload them to this channel, it would the content ID would I mean, there wouldn't be a legal problem. It would just, it would get kind of confusing. But it's like, yeah, anyway. I'm trying to get this channel joined up with the same network. But they're not, I don't know. It's too small and too insignificant. I mean, I don't expect them to, but it's the only way I can. Anyway, on we go. Today we're talking about the Doppelganger, which is one of my favorites, if not my favorite. It's also the second Church of Blow video to be featured, even though by the time that happened, the featured, it was already very different. Videos they weren't just placed on the front page the way they had been. It was like the featured videos had more of a rotation. So if you visited the front page, you might see it, and then if you refreshed, it would be something else. But nevertheless, I never expected Church of Blow to be featured again, and this was 3 years later. And obviously it didn't make as big of a splash, but again, just more than I ever would have expected. So again, it was kind of like, it was one of those things where, because this video took so much work, and it felt like the reaction it got was like, okay, like not everything has to get a fucking million, but it actually got a reaction that, at least emotionally for me, was proportionate to, I don't know. It was satisfying. It at least satisfied me in the moment. But it was also technologically, like, I don't know how well this is going to hold up, but this is the first time I ever used chroma key, ever. And so that I ended up doing it for every fucking shot in this. It was so ambitious. It took so much work. And I can't even believe I attempted it. But before I get to any of that, this video is loosely based on something that really happened to me. As I've said before, I grew up in South Paris, Maine, small town, middle of nowhere, and when I was in high school, I was already kind of like into that, the sort of new vaudeville scene that was happening in that town, with Celebration Barn, where there's mime theater and a lot of stuff like that. So I must have been 17 years old when I bought that bowler hat, the same one that I use in the video, the same one that I use in every video. I was 17 or 18 when I bought that hat, and although it makes me cringe to think about this, I used to actually wear it and walk around town. I never got my ass kicked. I really skated those years that I lived there. I just didn't give a fuck. Oh, I was the things that were screamed at me from car windows. It just was part of the landscape. I was used to it. That's just what growing up in that town was like. But so I used to walk around town with a bowler hat. And then one day, another person in that town started wearing a bowler hat and also would walk everywhere. And I mean, yeah, this is something that actually happened. There was two of us, and so my friends would, and though he didn't look exactly like me, but he looked enough like me. We had, like, our faces were the same shape, so that people could be forgiven for thinking it was actually me. And so one day I'm sitting in Shaner's, the coffee shop. It was, the hangout, and a friend of mine. Well, like, actually, basically, the scene as it is in the video almost played out exactly. Where he said, "Hey, I just could have sworn I just passed you in the street, didn't I? Didn't I just see you outside? How did you, like, how did you get here so fast?" Like, I don't know. I don't know what you mean. He's like, "No, I just. Oh, that's so fucking weird. No, I saw you in the street." And like, "No, I've been sitting here for about an hour." And like, "Really, man?" Oh, and like, this happened more than once. People started spotting me. And they say, "Hey, I waved to you and you didn't wave back." And I go, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to." And people would get, I don't know. Sometimes some people take it really hard if they see you and they honk their horn and you don't wave back. So that happened a few times. And finally, we just realized that there was someone else walking around with a bowler hat, and and so that's when, like, it was fake paranoia, but it started a bit like, "Oh shit, oh fuck, oh no, you have a doppelganger. Oh god," and like, and this joke started to the build. It's like, "Okay, well, we'll bring back his head," like all of that. The decapitation joke, that was all just part of, like, the what the fuck is going on? But it's like, in order to prove that he was out there. But then, just to add another weird layer to this, I actually knew the person, sort of. This was a guy who, like, maybe 10 years earlier, when I was like a child, I had a best friend who lived in town, and his mother dated this guy, the bowler hat wearer. And I remember at the time, he kind of reminded me of Butthead from Beavis and Butthead. He almost looked exactly like him, and even sounded like him. So if you can imagine, that was my impression. He was kind of like Butthead. So, like, imagine Butthead wearing a bowler hat and just walking around. It's kind of what this was like. And to make it even weirder, he kind of, like, he knew everyone. He knew everyone in town, and he knew their names. He would address everyone by their names, even if they didn't know him. So it just made everything weirder. It's not like he ever did anything bad, but yeah, this sketch has more basis in fact than I imagine anyone would have suspected. But for a long time, I wanted to make something out of that. I wanted to make either like a short film, and of course when I was in film school, I shot like a very basic version of it, which I then also uploaded after I uploaded this. It wasn't very good. It was very half-assed. But yeah, there was a version I did in film school. But when it came time to, when I was pitching, stuff that we could do that was part of this series, I pitched the Doppelganger, and Ishmael wrote a script, and I was so excited. And for years, for a period of like 3 years, this is the one I was really, really looking forward to getting to. There was others too. There's some really great ones that I never got a chance to do, but this is the one I was really excited to do. And I kept putting it off because it was supposed to have different actors in it. Like a featured video, it wasn't supposed to all be me. And I never would have... It's like before I had the green screen, I never would have entertained the possibility that I could play every role. It just seemed impossible. But it's like once I started, once now I was using Final Cut Pro, and I started experimenting with green screen, and then I think the first shot I attempted to do was the shot of me looking through the window, like when there's a rack focus and I'm looking through the window and you see both of me in the shot. And when I realized that I could do that, I got so excited, and I said, "Fuck it, I'm going to play every role in this. And I told Ishmael, and Ishmael thought I was crazy. We were talking about this just the other day. He's like, what? How is that going to work? How is that possible? And because I like even now, like I was like, I don't know if this is gonna improve the piece. I think is now he tells me he thinks it does. Like now it's one of those things where it seems like that's what it always should have been. It just adds a layer of weirdness to the thing that actually kind of makes it better. The fact that everyone in the sketch looks like me, but we're still getting freaked out about a doppelganger. Yeah, it just, I don't know, it works. And so, you know, just I started like playing around with it, and just like the fact that it was green screen just gave it, made it look like an old movie, made it look like Hitchcock, because, you know, Hitchcock, he loved his rear projection, so there's a lot of kind of wonky shots in his film. So that's kind of how I approached it, saying, you know, I'm not great at this, but I'm gonna try to I'm gonna focus on making this look like a 50s, you know, thriller, and also use music from that era. And I had such a great time. I was so excited to be working on it. And of course, by this time I was under contract with Company de Con. So just the fact that I was doing this and really kind of allowing myself to like get deep into it and obsessed with it, because this is always, I mean, it's my favorite place to be creatively, where I lose myself in a project and I obsess over it. Because like I had other things that I had to be working on. But of course the way I looked at it was, hey, all this chroma key stuff, this is going to make the French videos better. So, you know, so the better I get at this, the more it's going to have an effect on the other things, you know, whatever. But still, it's like I got lost in making this, and I think I was hoping to get it done by late 2009, but then I kept working on it, and it wasn't ready until early 2010. But man, oh man, I was had a great time. I was so happy making this, and fuck it, okay, I guess it's time to watch The Gospel According to Cornelius. That's Ishmael's book. And as a background, I'm using the Hilltop Cafe, which is no longer that location. But yeah, this doesn't look as good anymore.
Clothes maketh the man. The hat, dude. The hat always made you look like a prick. Now it's actually turning you into a prick. 4 times in the last 2 days, you blanked me in the street. Yesterday, I practically waved in your face. You looked straight through me like I wasn't there. We gotta get the hat off you, man. It's got some kind of gnarly power. It's Satan's hat. You were wearing Satan's hat. I'm gonna get a coffee. I hear it's fucking good. Is it okay if I join you for coffee? Dopey dog. Dopey dog. I just saw you out in the street walking the other way, but here you are. Hold up. This coffee is at least 17 minutes old. I'd say more like 20. How the hell did you do that? Is that your first cup? Weird. Did Droopy Dog wear a derby? Did Droopy Dog wear a derby? The MGM character Droopy Dog, who despite a sloth-like demeanor from which he derived his name, used to possess the ability to move at inexplicable speeds? Yeah. No, I don't think so. Although I didn't know Mussolini wore derby either until recently. Usually a shock of inexplicable orange hair, occasionally a trilby or fedora when they did a Bogart parody. Mussolini did Bogart parodies? No, Droopy Dog did. Why do you ask? Why do you know? Why would you ask me if you didn't think I knew? Good point. Well made. I was wondering, because this guy doesn't look very lively, does he? But I just saw him outside, and then boom, here he is. Test the coffee. What? Test the coffee. Somewhere between 17 and 20 minutes? Exactly. He claims it isn't his first cup. Droopy Dog. Now, I think you may be under misapprehension about Droopy. He was quick, supernaturally quick, but he wasn't a time traveler. So he's a time traveler? No, if he was a time traveler, he'd probably go back to an era where everyone dressed like tits. There's got to be something else going on. Did you talk to him in the street? Kind of. I yelled, "Hey, fuckface." Everyone else turned around. I think I made a little girl cry. He just kept on walking. What direction was he headed? I don't know. North? Northwest? Weird. You don't have a twin, do you? He just looked in the window, but that's not possible, right? Not even for Droopy. We gotta find this man. Gotta be absolutely sure about this. How does that help? Just overexcited. Hey, is that my coffee? This is probably the weirdest thing to happen since Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize. Are you coming, Bernard? Come on, let's find this guy. It might be like the Matrix Reloaded, or it might turn out to be good. Sorry, wrong man.
Oh.
Who the hell are you, Andy Hole?
That first guy I turned around is my friend Ryan Wing, and he's the actual guy who, from the story, who freaked out.
What are you doing with my friend's hat? Got the same face and you're worried about the hat? Holy shit, it's him. We got a little carried away. We could use your help. You don't know a way of disposing of things you shouldn't have. Piss off. Yeah, I'd like to. Really would like to oblige you on that, Bernard. But this is kind of important. Think of the most important thing you can think of, the double. Just double it again. Stop doing arithmetic and just fucking help us. Could have sworn I told you to piss off. Really? Really important. Isn't. We could go to jail. For a long time. Good. Maybe then I'll be able to finish my book. It's not gonna help. We're gonna have to be droopy. Not what I meant. See you guys later. I don't know, which one looks worse on you, the hat or the face? Here, have a read.
Oh my god.
Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. Wow. Yeah, it does look weird now, especially. Yeah. But, man, it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, parts of that I love, and I'm still proud of. But yeah, okay, so that first guy that I turn around, that's Ryan Wing. So he's the guy who came into Shaner's and freaked out. And alerted me. He is the one who alerted me to the Doppelganger, and that's why I put him in there. I forgot he's in this. Yeah, man, that was fun. I mean, that was exciting at the time. I loved putting it up, and yeah, wow, hooray. Hooray, love the Doppelganger. I don't know. I think I've said everything that needs to be said about that. But yeah, yeah. I don't know. That was a great way to start off 2010, because 2010 just turned out to be a very exciting year. That's the year I went to Avignon. We did a show there, and so yeah. So to start the year with a video like that, which was I don't know, probably still my favorite Church of Blow. I mean, looking back, I think YouTube Is My Life just holds up better. This one is a bit wonky. But the tone of it, one of the things that I love about it is, I'm a huge fan of Firesign Theater. And I think I was trying to capture visually and in terms of the dialogue, trying to capture kind of a Firesign Theater vibe, even though Firesign Theater was entirely audio, but I don't know, to kind of capture that surreal nature, and also like a lot of Firesign Theater stuff was kind of influenced by old radio, old movies. I love that style of acting. Yeah, but the Doppelganger, very fond of that. But with that, we do not have a lot left. Very nearly done with the episodes that I actually produced, which is unfortunate, but there will still be quite a bit more to cover. But for now, take care, and I will see you soon.